This is going to be a video review of a couple of backpacks I'm testing now because my other pack is not working very well. This is the Gregory Z65, and I'm going to be comparing it to the REI Flash 65. There are some differences between these two, the way they're set up, the way the suspension is, the way the pockets and things are set up, the accessories. So I've been testing these with full loads, walking around for an hour at a time for the past few days. So I've got some ideas on which one of these is going to be better for me and which one is going to go back. So the first thing on any pack is the suspension adequate for what you're going to do with it, and does it fit you? I'm finding that the Z65, overall, it's actually a full 1 pound heavier, but the materials, the construction is more robust than the REI Flash 65. The Flash 65 is a little bit more delicate, I think. The main features here are the shoulder strap and hip belt materials and what they're made out of. The Gregory Z65 has a little bit different kind of mesh. It seems to work pretty well. It's got a pronounced lumbar pad here, which I find to be fairly comfortable, except I'll talk about later how it doesn't work for me. But it's got a little space here that it keeps so that it has some air circulation in back. So the hip belt and the shoulder harness here are a little bit heftier construction than the REI, the Flash 65. But one of the problems that I'm finding with the Z65 is it's not really fitting my back properly. With a loaded pack, this angle here, this should be about a 45-degree angle off of your shoulder. And I'm finding that it's not. My shoulder, no matter what I do, my shoulder is about here. And so the angle for this is not good, and so it does not really work properly. It does not allow me to shift weight from my shoulders to my hips. It puts a little bit, well, a lot more weight on my shoulders than I prefer to for most backpacking. And one really strange oversight, I think, on the Gregory is this attachment point is not adjustable. I've seen it adjustable in a lot of other packs. REI's is adjustable. I feel like that's fairly important, especially after my experience with trying to fit this pack to myself and be able to shift the weight onto my hip belt. The bottom line is, even though the Z65 has a bit more robust frame sheet and suspension system, I find that the REI Flash 65 simply has a better adjustment. I'm able to shift the weight onto my hips or onto my shoulders better than the Z65. So one of the other features is the Gregory has 2 pockets, one on each side of the hip belt. The REI has 1 pocket, but on the other side it has like a universal attachment system. I actually like this better because this allows me to put just about anything I want on here. My camera doesn't fit into any of these pockets. A lot of things I have don't fit into any of these pockets. But I can put on here literally just about anything I want to put on here. Camera, video camera, any size and orientation of accessory pouch on there that I want to. And I think that's a better feature than the Gregory also. Both packs have similar convenience features on them. They both have hydration ports on both sides. They both have a nice little strap here where the hydration tube goes through. I like that. Gregory has this sliding clasping arrangement for the sternum strap. I haven't liked these before. Sometimes they pull off. I've had these pull off before. Once they pull off, they're extremely difficult to get back on. And if you do get it back on, it's very prone to pulling off again. Whereas REI has a slider arrangement on the strap here, which is a little bit less solid, but you don't really need a real solid attachment here. You're not putting a lot of pressure on that if you have your sternum strap adjusted properly. So I find that being able to adjust it like this is better for me. And of course, we already looked at the adjustment on the top where the load lifters connect, which turns out to be fairly important to be able to get this suspension tuned to you properly. The Gregory just doesn't have. The other thing about the Gregory, it's got a little bit, again, the construction is more robust, but now I've taken this strap here. On the side, Gregory has two straps. The REI only has one strap. So the Gregory is more flexible as far as putting a light load in here. And I've put the strap inside the pocket, because when you put the strap outside the pocket, like some of the packs do, it makes the pocket practically worthless. Another area that I find I have a problem with the Gregory is in fitting regular bottles or regular anything. It's a really, really tight fit, and I can't put it in all the way if I want to. Whereas the REI, either one of these fits the entire bottle. It's designed to have no straps come over it. I find this dual pocket arrangement and the shove-it pocket on the back of the REI is really, really a big advantage over the Gregory Z65. So the Gregory does not have a shove-it pocket. It has the front pocket with the vertical zipper in it like the REI, but it has this big U-shaped zipper that opens up the whole compartment here. I had an Astroplane, Dana Astroplane before, and that was like a huge, huge pack. And I had the huge zippers on the sides. That was pretty useful. But for a smaller load, a smaller pack like this, I don't like it. It adds weight. It doesn't really do anything for me. So if you've got the things packed properly, top pocket and the front pocket, I don't really feel a need to get at things inside here on the trail like that. I've got my immediate needs here and here. And again, the REI, because it has the shove-it pocket and the two-level side pockets that are actually quite large, the organization again is better, I think, than the Z65. So this opens up. Another thing, the REI's got a couple extra nice little pockets and stuff. It's got the REI has, the Z65 has one clip. You can cook keys or whatever, but the REI actually has several. The REI has a pouch inside here and a pouch here, both of which have key clips. And the REI inside the main pack bag has 3 more clips. The Z65 only has one in the top pocket, and that's it for the whole thing. The other thing is, you can see, I like these attachment points, these elastic attachment points on the REI better than on the Z65. On the Z65, they're just too low. They're too low and off to the side to put things here. I want to put things vertically more, like on the REI. So that may be consideration depending on how you like to pack things on the exterior, or if you like to. So the Gregory Z65 has a pretty standard top closure and a pretty standard opening. And then if you want to take a look here, you can see how I've got my stuff packed in. I've got my water bladder packed in here. On the bottom, I've got my underquilts for my hammock. On the top, my water filter. And then I've got, clothes and all the other stuff in here that needs to be packed. On the Flash 65, this has got, they've both got some loops and attachment points on the top. When you open this, the top pocket opens like this. And here's one of the clips that I'm talking about that the Z65 doesn't have. If you like to really super organize your stuff. This top closure also, when you open it, it's got another clip inside. Another thing that's cool that I discovered in the REI, here, you've got 2 clips and an attachment for the top. So I like that a lot. Now, here's one weakness of the Flash 65. It's not as robust a construction as the Gregory Z65. So, for example, I've already kind of torn a seam a little bit here by dropping the water bladder in maybe a little bit too hard. So that's a consideration. The harness system on the REI, when I adjust this properly and I can take most of the weight off my shoulders and move it around, I really have some, I do have space in my back. I do get air circulation. This is nice, but I just don't find it to do that much for me. Because of my back problems, my lower back problems, I find that this extra lumbar support that other people might like a lot really doesn't work well for me. It actually pushes into my lower back, and I really prefer the REI Flash 65 setup. So for $50 less, 1 pound less, and some extra care while I'm using it, I think the REI Flash 65 for me is a better pack than the Gregory Z65. One of the things that contributes to the Gregory Z65 being able to carry a little bit more load than the Flash, possibly, and to its robustness, is there's a plastic insert here where you adjust the size of the belt, and this is a solid plastic piece that's kind of reinforces the belt here where the REI doesn't have. But so far I really haven't found that it carries a higher load much better, mostly because of the fit problems with the Gregory Z65.